Are you ready to unlock a powerful secret that can change your life and your English learning journey forever? What if I told you that the key to achieving your biggest dreams might be to keep them a secret? Welcome to English Journey, the channel dedicated to helping you grow personally while mastering English. I'm Celine, and every day, we bring you new videos designed to improve your English skills and transform your life. Before we dive into today's incredible story, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss the powerful lessons we're about to explore. Plus, I'll be sharing some key takeaways at the end, along with a short quiz to test your understanding. Stay until the end, and let's grow together. The power of silence. Don't tell everyone your story. Have you ever noticed how some people always talk about what they are going to do but never actually do it? They have big plans, exciting ideas, and grand dreams, but they share them with everyone, and then nothing happens. Why does this happen, and how can you avoid this common mistake? Today, we're going to explore the profound philosophy of keeping your plans to yourself, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom. The illusion of progress and the dangers of premature celebration. Imagine you have a fantastic idea for a new project, maybe a business, or a personal goal like learning English fluently. You feel excited, full of energy. What is the first thing many people do? They tell everyone. They post on social media, share with friends, and talk about it non-stop. And what happens? People around them nod, smile, and maybe even clap. It feels good, right? That sense of approval and validation is nice. But here is the danger. Your mind can mistake that approval for actual accomplishment. You haven't done anything yet, but you've already experienced a little bit of the reward. What happens next? The urgency to act often disappears. The fire you felt cools down. The dream that seemed so real starts to feel like something you have already achieved in your mind. So, you become comfortable, and the real, difficult work needed to make the dream a reality gets postponed. This is how many dreams fade away, even before they truly begin. When you announce a goal, your brain often gives itself a reward it hasn't earned, making it feel like progress has been made, even when nothing has actually changed. This attention becomes a poor substitute for real discipline. The energy drain of talking and the value of contained fire. There is a subtle relationship between your intentions and your actions. Every time you share your goals and dreams with others, you release some of that vital energy. You give away a part of the fire that should be fueling your actions. In many cases, this fire is better kept inside you, nurtured in the quiet of your own mind, rather than exposed to the world too soon. Think about it. The more you talk about your plans, the less energy you have to actually do them. It's a strange paradox. Sharing too much can drain the very momentum you need to succeed. People with great ideas and ambitions often talk themselves out of their goals by telling too many people too soon. They expose their dreams to doubt, criticism, and distraction. Before they realize it, the strong motivation they once felt has disappeared. The silent work is what truly builds things. You don't need to announce your plans or prove anything. You just need to commit quietly, show up every day, and get better every day, trusting that results will speak when it's time. Beware of unsolicited opinions and the seeds of doubt. When you tell everyone your plans, everyone starts giving you advice. This advice often comes from people who have never done what you are trying to do. They might be scared of taking risks themselves, or they might not even want to see you succeed. It's like having too many cooks trying to make one dish. Too many voices can confuse your direction. Not everyone who hears your plans will understand them. Some will question your motives or doubt your abilities. Even if they don't say it directly, their skepticism can create a shadow over your ambition. If you are not careful, this shadow can enter your own thoughts. Suddenly, you start to doubt yourself, wondering if your idea is not as good as you thought. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, experienced this firsthand. When he started Alibaba, almost nobody believed in him. People thought he was crazy for trying an e-commerce business in China. His own teacher told him business was too risky and he should stick to teaching. If he had listened to all these doubts and allowed them to plant seeds of uncertainty in his mind, Alibaba might not exist today. Sometimes, the people closest to you are the ones who unknowingly hold you back, not because they don't love you, but because they don't see what you see. Your vision is personal and unique, and others haven't walked in your shoes. This is why discretion is so powerful. When you keep your plans to yourself, you protect your focus. You create a quiet space where your ideas can grow, free from the interference of others. It's like building a greenhouse for your dreams, a place where they can grow strong before facing the outside world. Remember, you don't owe anyone an explanation about your goals. The power of surprise and letting results speak for themselves. There is great power in doing the unexpected, in letting your results speak for themselves. Imagine this. You have been quietly working on a project for months or even years. You haven't told anyone outside your closest, most trusted circle. Then, one day, you reveal it to the world. A finished product, a completed goal, a shining achievement. The impact is much greater than if you had been talking about it constantly, dropping hints along the way. People will be amazed by what you have accomplished because it seems to have appeared out of nowhere. It's a powerful reminder that action is always more impressive than words. Consider the story of a farmer from the Midwest. He had a vision to turn his small family farm into a successful business. But instead of talking about it, he just got to work. He read books, studied successful farmers, and quietly tried new methods. He didn't announce his plans. He let his results do the talking. When it was time to sell his crops, he surprised everyone with the quality and quantity of his harvest. When people asked how he did it, he simply smiled and said, "By working when no one was watching." The less you talk, the more time and energy you have to act. The less you seek validation, the more confidence you build within yourself. And the less you share your plans too early, the more control you have over your own story. It's not about being secretive, it's about being strategic. It's about knowing that your dreams are worth protecting, and your actions will always be louder than your words. The world doesn't need to hear about your intentions. It needs to witness your transformation. There is a power in silence, a strength that grows when nobody's looking. Building momentum in silence, the rhythm of real progress. Momentum is very important. It is the forward movement you create when you take consistent, purposeful action toward your goals. Momentum thrives in silence. When you focus on doing the work rather than talking about it, you build a rhythm. Each small step you take supports the next one, and before you know it, you have made significant progress. But when you start talking about your plans too soon, You stop that rhythm. You shift your focus from action to explanation, from doing to justifying. Every moment you spend explaining yourself is a moment you are not moving forward. It's like trying to drive a car while constantly stopping to show people where you are going. You lose speed, and even worse, you lose the sense of purpose that comes from staying in motion. Consider two friends who wanted to write a book. One friend decided to write 500 words a day, every day, until the book was finished. He didn't tell anyone, not even his closest friends. He just worked day after day in silence. Months later, when he shared it with a small group of trusted people, they were amazed. The book was good, but they were more amazed that he had done it without seeking attention. When the book was published, it was a success because the work spoke for itself. The other friend, equally passionate about writing, spent months talking about his plans. He would call with updates, share outlines, and ask for opinions on every small detail. The more he talked, the less he wrote. And eventually, his project failed. Why? Because he spent all his energy seeking approval instead of building momentum. Action creates confidence, while too much talking creates hesitation. When you take consistent action, even in small amounts, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You build a record of achievement, a sense of accomplishment that fuels your progress. But when you talk too much, you get stuck in the world of possibilities, what could be, what might be, without ever making it real. Protecting your mindset from noise and negative influences. The world is full of noise, opinions, distractions, and unwanted advice. When you share your dreams too freely, you invite this noise into your life. You open the door to criticism, doubt, and even envy. These forces can stop even the best plans if you are not careful. When you tell someone about your big idea, how often do they respond with true enthusiasm? Sometimes they do, but often people respond with caution, skepticism, or even subtle discouragement. They might say, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Or, "That sounds risky." These comments might seem harmless, but they can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. And doubt is dangerous. It can grow quickly and destroy your ambition. Besides doubters, there are also envious people. These are people who dislike your ambition because it reminds them of what they haven't achieved. They might not say it directly, but their subtle negativity can drain your energy. Then there are the well-meaning advisors who genuinely want to help but end up confusing you with conflicting opinions and unrequested suggestions. All this noise can pull you away from your original vision, leaving you confused and unsure. That's why staying focused on your path and ignoring opinions is so important. You cannot move forward if you are constantly looking back or listening to every voice around you. You do not need to be understood by everyone. You need to understand yourself. Your internal clarity is more powerful than any external opinion. When you choose to grow quietly, without asking for permission or validation, silence protects your process. It gives you room to work without the pressure of expectations. It allows you to make mistakes without feeling like you failed in front of an audience. The journey of self-reliance, growing through struggle. When you handle your struggles alone and grow from them, you build immense strength. This doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself forever, but there is power in facing your hardest moments without immediately reaching for someone else to carry the weight. True growth starts when you stop running from pain and learn to walk through it. The most important lessons in life often come from what you survive on your own. When you go through difficult times, it's easy to look outward, to blame the world, or to wait for someone to notice your pain. But real strength is built when you look inward and decide to take control of what you can, even if it's just your attitude, your next step, or your focus. Most of your growth will come from moments when you feel like giving up but don't, from times when you want to quit but choose to move forward anyway. These moments shape you. They test your character. They reveal your weaknesses, but also give you the chance to build something stronger in their place. You learn to talk to yourself in a stronger voice, to encourage yourself when no one else is around. You learn to keep going without waiting for someone to check on you. This independence becomes your foundation. When things get difficult, you will be tempted to give up. But you must ask yourself, what would the stronger version of me do right now? Then, do that, even if it's hard, even if you feel alone, because that is the work that builds character. That is what separates those who grow from those who stay stuck. You become harder to break, and that matters more than anything. Building habits. Without announcement, the silent foundation of success. Building habits, without telling anyone about them, is one of the most powerful things you can do. This is not about being mysterious, but about keeping your focus sharp and your effort honest. Many people stop their own growth by needing to announce everything. They start something good, and before it has even taken root, they talk about it, post about it, and want praise for what they have barely begun. As soon as they get that approval, the motivation fades because it feels like they have already done something great, even though they haven't followed through yet. Building habits is a personal journey. It is not for the camera or for a crowd. It is for you. And the more you keep it private, the more real it becomes. A habit is not a statement. It is a repeated action. It becomes part of your identity over time, and this happens when you are consistent in the quiet moments when no one is asking what you are doing and no one is giving you credit. That is where true strength is built. You don't need to announce that you've started waking up early. Just wake up early. You don't need to tell people you're reading more books. Just read. Your habit does not become stronger by talking about it. It becomes stronger by repeating it. When you do things in silence, you protect your energy. You avoid needing someone else to approve your growth. You avoid having to explain yourself when you face a setback. And you avoid the temptation to quit just because people are not noticing your effort. Growth does not need a stage. It needs consistency, time, and privacy. It needs you to stay with it, even when it gets boring. You will be amazed at how quickly your life changes when your energy is spent on doing instead of explaining. This quiet discipline builds a foundation of self-respect that nobody can take from you. Win big without announcing a single move. The humility of true success. Winning big without announcing a single move is a sign of maturity and focus. It shows you understand that real success does not need a public stage. The more you grow, the more you realize that the loudest person in the room is often the one doing the least. The quiet ones, the focused ones, are not seeking attention. They are taking action. They are making small moves daily. They are doing what needs to be done without sharing it with the world, and when the results come, they arrive with strength, with depth, and with undeniable clarity. You don't need to tell anyone what you're working on. If you are serious about building something valuable, your health, your skills, your finances, your character, then the process requires stillness. because the more you focus on telling, the less time and energy you have for doing. And doing is what separates talkers from winners. When you win in silence, the reward is internal first. You are not seeking applause or validation. You are focused on the standard you set for yourself, not the approval of a crowd that barely knows what you are sacrificing. That is power, because now you are working from purpose, not pressure. You are motivated by your own mission, not by who is watching. And when it is all done, when you finally succeed, your body is stronger, your mind is sharper, your life is more stable. There is no need for announcements. The change will be seen, felt, and respected. Winning big without saying a word also protects your future. When people don't know what is coming, they cannot interfere. They can't speak doubt into your plans. They can't distract you with opinions. Your silence becomes your shield. While others are showing off and seeking validation, you are working in the dark, staying grounded, focused, and building something that can't be undone by noise. This approach builds discipline. When you don't talk about your every step, you learn to rely on yourself. You become your own source of motivation and accountability. In doing so, you gain full control over your journey. So, as you move forward, embrace this philosophy. The next time you set a goal, resist the urge to announce it to the world. Instead, channel that energy into action. Write it down, make a plan, and take the first step quietly, deliberately, and with full focus. Remember, the goal isn't to impress others with your intentions, it's to impress yourself with your accomplishments. The best work you will ever do will be the work no one sees. Key takeaways. Here are the main points to remember from today's motivational story. Avoid the illusion of progress. Talking about your plans can make you feel like you've already succeeded, reducing your motivation to actually do the work. Protect your energy. Sharing your dreams too soon can drain the vital energy needed for execution. Filter opinions. Not all advice is good advice. Be selective about who you share your plans with to avoid doubt and discouragement. Let results speak. Action is more powerful than words. The impact of your achievements is greater when they come as a surprise. Build momentum in silence. Consistent, quiet action creates a powerful rhythm that leads to significant progress. Handle struggles. Alone for growth. Facing challenges independently builds resilience and inner strength. Cultivate habits privately. Habits are personal. They become stronger through repetition, not through public announcement or seeking validation. Win quietly. True success doesn't need a stage. Focus on execution and let your undeniable results show what you've been doing. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to English Journey for more empowering content every day. Quiz. Now, for a quick quiz to check your understanding of today's lesson, write your answers in the comments below. Question 1. What is the main danger of telling everyone your plans too soon? Question 2. According to the story, how does talking about plans affect the energy needed for action? Question 3. Why is it important to be selective about who you share your ideas with? Question 4. What does the phrase, "let your results speak for themselves," mean? Question 5. What happens to your motivations when you seek too much external approval? Question 6. How does building habits in silence contribute to personal growth? Question 7. What kind of strength is built when you handle your struggles alone? Take a moment to answer these questions in the comments. I love reading your responses. Conclusion. Thank you for joining me on English Journey today. Remember, success doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need a spotlight or a stage. It grows quietly, steadily, in the moments when no one is watching. Guard your dreams, nurture your focus, and let your actions speak for themselves. That's the path to true success, and it's a path worth walking. Keep practicing your English, stay focused on your goals, and I'll see you in our next video. Goodbye for now, and keep growing!